Welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United 3, Fulham 0. I'm just looking at the Premier League table and we are 4th in the league. How good does that look? And I know you'll get people saying, look at United levels, they're celebrating 4th. I will celebrate 4th. You know why I'll celebrate 4th? Because literally 2 months ago, we were a mid-table team. We were looking at the results of Bournemouth and Watford and shitting ourselves. And now, from a team that was 11 points off 4th place in the mid-December when Ollie took over, we are 4th outright. When Man City batter Chelsea tomorrow, we will be 4th outright. We're 4th outright now anyway, but we will retain it tomorrow. Arsenal can't take it off us if they win. It's a magnificent turnaround from Manchester United. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know what? He got it wrong against Burnley. We made too many changes. The team didn't perform very well. And we dropped 2 points. Today, there was a little bit of concern. He made a lot of changes ahead of this PSG game. And it was like, have we made a mistake? No, that game could not have gone any better. 3-0, the big players perform, and then with 20 minutes to go, you take Pogba and Martial off and bring on McTominay and Sanchez. Rashford and Lingard never played a minute. Lindelof was rested. Bailly hardly played at all. Pogba and Martial off with 20 minutes to go. Job done. Wrapped up in cotton wool for PSG. 3 points, 4th place. Absolutely boom shakalak, yabba dabba doo. Fantastic result for Manchester United. 11 games unbeaten, 10 wins in 11. You know, absolutely brilliant. Clean sheet with Smalling and Jones at centre-back. Dalot plays at right-back, way better than we've seen from Young. Positive. Even Sanchez looked decent when he came on the half. We'll talk about Lukaku, of course we will. But I just want to say, if you have any aspirations about being a box-to-box midfielder or you don't know what a box-to-box midfielder is, watch Ander Herrera's flawless 10 out of 10 performance today. I don't give many 10 out of 10s, but that was absolutely sensational. The only shame was he didn't smack it into the back of the net from the volley he had in the second half. He was absolutely immense from Ander Herrera today. 10 out of 10, man of the match. I don't even want to say thinking person's man of the match because Martial got a goal and assist. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. He had a key part in both the first 2 goals, breaking the play up, winning it back, getting us back on the front foot. He was everywhere. He was right back, centre back. He was middle of the pitch. He was the pass he played to Pogba in the first half to take the whole defence out. That could have been another goal. Absolutely superb. Absolutely brilliant. Philip Burtonwood says the away fans are the best in the world. Roll on Tuesday night. Can't wait. The away fans, the results, the United fan base, whatever. It just went perfectly well today. Absolutely perfect. And Herrera to me was just on a different level. The Martial goal. Anthony Martial, to me, and I'm going to get a load of hate for this, and I don't even care. On his day, Anthony Martial is better than Hazard. On his day, he's up there with Salah. He is absolutely unplayable on his day. It's the consistency we need. The running in behind, he's doing that now that he didn't do under Mourinho. But when you pick a ball up in your own half and it ends up in the back of the net, you're talking about goal of the season contenders. Now, I don't think Martial's going to get a load of love for that, but Eden Hazard scored a goal against Liverpool reserves in the Carabao Cup back in September. He skinned Alberto Moreno, that I could do, and put the ball past Karius, I think, or Mingale. You know, not even their first choice. You had people like Carragher saying, he's the best in the world. Right, Anthony Martial's just done it on a Premier League game, in his own half, away from home, gone past 2 defenders and put it in and gone, I don't know what you're talking about. It's simple. If Hazard does that, we won't hear the end of it. Martial does it, it'll just be called a good goal. He is absolutely world class on his day, and he will become one of the best players in Europe if he keeps that consistency. That goal he scored was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I cannot talk about it enough. A player picks it up in their own half and the ball ends up in the back of the net through their own work. It was absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. I love Anthony Martial, and that goal was just magnificent. Absolutely magnificent, and I won't have anything else said about it. Queen in the North says, Dalot, Smalling and Jones put in a shift. Mata started playing well. Alexei McTominay, Bailly came on and put some effort in, but Lukaku was a disgrace. Look, let's have a shit sandwich. Let's talk about positives. Let's talk about Lukaku, and then let's get back to the positives, because there are loads of positives. But I tell you what we need to buy for Lukaku is some of them paddles so that we can get him a job at the airport so he can help planes come into land. Because all he is hands up, hands up, hands up. It's the only thing he does. He just puts his hands up. You know, go and work at the airport, mate, because your effort levels and your ability are just plummeting to new lows. We beat Fulham with 10 men today. Technically, we beat them with 10 men because Lukaku offered nothing. Now, he did have a part in the third goal. He was fortuitous to get away. The pass was behind Mata, which caused the penalty. It should have been in front of him. But his build-up play, his hold-up play, his speed, awful. For a number 9 to play against Fulham, how much ball we had, and not have a shot on goal, I would be appalled by that. There was so many opportunities there for him to score goals today, but he had no opportunities. It's sort of, what I mean by that is, if he just had some decent movement, he could have scored a hat-trick today. There was so many times that Pogba, Martial, Luke Shaw, Herrera, Mata had the ball around the edge of the box, put their head up, and they're like, all I can see is Lukaku stood with his hand up. Put your hand down, get on your toes, and make some movement. It was a shockingly bad performance for a number 9 today. And he's the master at deceiving you. Because he puts his hand up, it's like, I am doing something. But he's not making the moves. He's not making the runs. His passing was really poor again today as well. It was a very, very poor performance from Lukaku. But it didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. And actually, I'm glad he played 90 minutes. Because not having to bring Rashford on, at the end of the day, I'd give Lukaku a good performance because we didn't have to use Rashford. That was the positive, and we won the game comfortable. But he was very, very poor today. I don't know what's going on with Lukaku. I think he's obviously one of those players that he loves it when he's the be-all and end-all. And under Mourinho, who's Mourinho's boy, I don't think he likes it that he's not the main man anymore. And I think he's struggling with that. I think you've got to build a team around Lukaku, and you've got to massage his ego. And I think at United, he obviously doesn't work well when he's got to put the graft in. When he's got a point to prove, he's struggling. And, you know, he is the concern. I thought Sanchez, when he came on, all right, the game was stretched and Fulham were tired, but there was moments he nearly scored a goal. And the effort's always there with Sanchez, but, I mean, Martial's just streets ahead of him. I don't know why we can't use Sanchez on the right-hand side, but Lukaku, I would agree, an absolutely shocking performance. But you know what? Smash a like on the video. Herrera was fantastic. Solskjaer proved us all right today. You know, he went with a lot of changes, but he learned from the Burnley result. And Smalling and Jones started off badly, but they came through. And they, you know, by the second half, they had that game nailed down. So we've got some depth in the centre-back positions, which is good. Delot is very interesting. I thought, yeah, he started off the game a bit poor, but that you'd expect that. He was rusty. Second half, I thought he was brilliant. What does Delot do that Young doesn't do? Well, he's a better crosser. He's more physical. He's quicker. He's a better defender. He's a better passer. To be honest with you, is there a case that Delot should now be playing as our first choice right back, considering that Young has been atrocious? Wing Chen says 3-0 gamble paid off. PSG, let's go. We've got that PSG game on the horizon, of course we have, and that's massively exciting. But today was about getting 3 massive points. We boosted the goal difference as well, +3, that's good. You know, I would have took 1-0, but 3, that's good. And now we've got PSG, Chelsea and Liverpool, and we've basically rested some big players. You know, even Martial and Pogba, 70 minutes isn't 90, but Rashford, Lindelof, Lingard, totally fresh. Absolutely fantastic, that is. So that's the positive, and we go into PSG on Tuesday night at Old Trafford, and I think we can go into that game with high energy and try and get something from a game that that will be really, really significant. Because before I do the player ratings, I just wanted to say as well, do you think, somebody said in the watch-along, do you think that performance today gives us momentum into the PSG game? I think it gives us confidence into the PSG game, but we'll be a better team against PSG because we'll be playing with 11 men. I mean, if you imagine, all right, forget the Lukaku negativity, he was a ghost today, he didn't play very well. Imagine if we'd had Rashford today. When Pogba and Martial and everyone's putting their head up, they'll be seeing the runs from Rashford. I think Rashford probably would have scored a couple of goals today because he's just, you know, you can knock it into his feet, he'll hold it up. He can bring others into the game. Lukaku can't do that. He'll make the right runs. Lukaku won't do that. So we'll be a better team for Rashford playing over Lukaku. We'll be a better team for Lingard over Mata. Mata had a bad first half. He was better in the second half. We'll be a much, you know, De Gea hit a lot of long balls today because Jones and Smalling can't play out from the back. They were getting pressured, so they'd have to pass it back to De Gea, who's then got to hit it long. We don't normally do that. De Gea will play out from the back. And when Lindelof comes in, he won't be pressured by the attackers. He will find the pass into the midfield. So we're not going to be hitting as many long balls, which means we're going to have more of the ball. So We'll be a better team against PSG. It'll be a big test. It'll be a big test against Chelsea and Liverpool. But that result today is great. If when you can get a result with half a team that's not your first team, that's always good. And it was pleasing on the eye at times, which is, you know, I wasn't expecting us to be fluid today because you're making a lot of changes. Niall Mottershaw says, "Hi Mark, would you sell Lukaku and Sanchez?" I'd get rid of Lukaku. I don't see a future of Lukaku at Manchester United. He doesn't. Gary Neville said this the other week. He doesn't fit in with the way we want to play football. He can't hold the ball up, he can't pass, and he's not making the runs. The thing about Lukaku as well is, he said 2 months ago, I'm too heavy, I've got to lose some weight, and he still hasn't done it. And I'm not talking about fat, I'm talking about bulk muscle. He's not got rid of it. He's so sluggish. And I think that's a massive concern as well. 2 months ago, you said you needed to lose it. You've not lost it. Where's the motivation? Why haven't you done that? I'd rather have an Artovich than Lukaku, says Sean Bordner. I would move him on. I would move him on because I don't see how he's going to fit into the style of play of United, and he's clearly not a player that's going to be happy being on the bench. He looks demotivated when he comes on as a sub. Today he didn't look right as well. He clearly struggles when he's not the number one man, and we can't carry people like that. But I mean, Pogba, as United fan base, I think we're just like, well, this is what we expected of Pogba. This is what we were buying. But I think all the haters have got to sit down. They were like trying to say Pogba's a flop and that. I mean, Pogba was clearly being ruined by the previous manager in the defensive regime. Martial doesn't score that goal for Mourinho because he would be told not to run at them. He would be told to wait for people to support him. But Pogba's brilliant. Absolutely superb. Junaid Hussain says absolutely brilliant performance from Herrera. He's a machine. Herrera is the complete box-to-box midfielder. I don't think there's a better box-to-box midfielder in the Premier League at the moment. And if you want to be a box-to-box midfielder, or you wondered what it is, it's that. It's making key tackles in your half. It's making key passes in their half. It's the energy. It's the tenacity. It's the ball rotation. It's the positioning. It's just absolute. For Anthony Martial to score a world-class goal like that, and me to give Herrera man of the match, tells you how good Herrera was. And I love giving that sort of man of the match. I love giving a man of the match to somebody less obvious, where it's about watching the game, where it's understanding. Because if someone goes on their phone who's a United fan and hasn't watched that game, and they go, all right, goal scorers, 2 for Pogba, 1 for Martial. Martial scored a worldie. Okay, it's going to be Pogba or Martial as man of the match. Not if you watched it. If you watched it, Herrera was streets ahead. Absolutely streets ahead. Pogba was brilliant as well. Let's do the player ratings, actually. We may as well do that because if we do the player ratings, we can do that. And I can't do it. I've lost my bloody pen. Get me whiteboard. There we go. Okay, let's do the player ratings. Please do smash a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Smash a like if Herrera was your man of the match, because quite simply, he was easily my man of the match, and I'm just going to give him a... no, don't do that. I'm going to give him a straight 10. 10 for Herrera. Easy, 10. Lukaku, 4. So that's the highest and lowest score for you. Lukaku gets a 4. De Gea, I'm going to give De Gea a 7 just because I love De Gea. I mean, realistically, he didn't have a lot to do. Definitely want to give the lower 7. I thought second half he was fantastic, and I'll forgive his rustiness. Same with Smalling and the same with Jones. I thought they looked a bit rusty first half, but they grew into the game, and you can forgive that from your squad players. You know, they're not playing a lot. Smalling's not played for ages. Delo's not played for a while. Jones has been in and out of the team. Brand new centre-back partnership. Brand new defence. They all deserve a 7. Apart from Luke Shaw, I'm going to give an 8. I think Luke Shaw in recent weeks has been bloody brilliant. And I thought today, defensively, Fulham never got a sniff down the left-hand side. And offensively, the relationship he's got, that triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, that's where the game disappeared for them. The game disappeared for Fulham today in that Bermuda Triangle. And I spoke about it in the preview before the game. If those three play well, it doesn't really matter what anybody else does. And the game, that was the Bermuda Triangle. They got no joy down our right-hand side. Luke Shaw was defensively very good, and he supported Pogba and Martial fantastically. And Pogba got 2 goals, and Martial scored a worldie. The Bermuda Triangle, that's where Fulham got lost. So a definite 8 for me. Mourinho has ruined Lukaku. He's a flat-track bully. He's gone, says Ali Furbert. Matic, yeah, a strong 7. I thought he played really, really well. Pogba, definitely for me, I would have to give him a 9 today. I mean, 2 goals, strong performance, a 9. Same for Anthony Martial. an assist, constantly looked a threat and scored a world-class goal. You've got to give them a 9. And then Mata, 6. I think Mata's done well because I thought his first half performance was a 4, but to come on second half I thought he was a lot better, so I'll give him a 6. But yeah, just a fantastic performance from Manchester United, and lots of good performances there again. And yeah, you can see from the scores there, we did carry Lukaku, but when you've got 3 of your players getting a 10 or a 9, you are going to carry your number 9, and that's what allowed us to win the game today. That left hand side was brilliant, and Herrera was flawless, and then the defence was very good as well. So if you don't concede goals and you've got attacking flair players playing really well, you can carry Lukaku, and we did. 10 for Pogba, says James Barker. I'm not going to give Pogba a 10 because he didn't play for 90 minutes for a start. He played for 70 minutes, and you can't give Herrera any higher than a 10. And I thought Herrera's performance was on a different level to everyone else today. So yeah, maybe Pogba's been marked down a bit, so I can just have Herrera on his own. But Herrera was so good, he's got to be on his own. A lot of people want me to give Pogba a 10. That's up to you, but I just think Herrera deserves to be on his own. Left side rule today, says Night Whisper. Undermining Jones again. He was fantastic, says The Red Life. I think you've just come from a different video, mate. I've just given him 7 out of 10, so I don't know what you're on about there. Jones got an assist. Technically, Jones did get an assist because he passed it to Martial in his own half. The subs ratings, good point. I would give McTominay and Sanchez a 7. I thought they came on, and I'd give Bailly a 7 because he was only on for a few minutes, but he made some key interceptions. So yeah, I think the subs all get a 7 as well. Jones has been nominated for Man of the Match, says Phantom Comics. How would he be nominated for Man of the Match? Let's have a quick look at that because I know where that would be. They keep getting it wrong. They keep doing this wrong. What? Who's running the Manchester United Twitter account? Absolute jokes. I'm going to retweet that. So the Manchester United Twitter account has gone with Martial, Jones and Pogba as man of the match. I don't know whether they've got the youth. I don't know who's running the account today, but they clearly didn't watch the match. I mean, I'd expect that of Manchester Evening News, but the Manchester United Twitter account have put nominated Pogba, Martial and Jones as man of the match and not Herrera. I mean, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Angel Agaya says, Mark, you can say the French connection was great, but Juan Mata's first touch was absolutely brilliant. Watch the match as replay. Engel, I don't need to watch the game again. I've just fucking watched it. Mata was shit in the first half. He had a good second half. He was crap in the first half. That's the bottom line. Jones is a puppet. Ben, I don't know. I don't want to read anything negative. Left side is sorted now. Get a right back and a right winger, says Abhijit KA. They're the 3 that got the bonus on Fantasy Premier League, says Simon the Bomb. I thought Smalling was better than Jones, to be honest with you, but I'm not taking anything away from Phil Jones or Chris Smalling's performance today. I thought it was very, very good. It just annoys me that Ander Herrera is not getting the absolute love that he deserves because he was clearly the man of the match. He was absolutely brilliant. But, you know, if people don't understand football, they'll go with the obvious, won't they? But I thought he was absolutely superb today. As I say, smash a like on the video if you thought Herrera was man of the match because clearly the Manchester United Twitter account don't appreciate what was the complete box-to-box midfield performance today. Maybe Imrano TV is right here. Maybe if we put our cynical heads on here, the Manchester United Twitter account is justifying giving Jones a new contract. Hence why they've got him in as man of the match. Yeah, it's all about propaganda. I suspect you might be right with that. But look, we're not going to lose any sleep about that. Ander Herrera was my man of the match comfortably. If he wasn't yours, fine. The reality is we are 4th in the league. And outright. We were dead and buried 2 months ago. We've won 10 out of 11. We're unbeaten in 11. We've rested some key players today. Anthony Martial was world class. Pogba was world class. Herrera was on a different level. Most of our team played very, very well. Lukaku was the one big letdown, but everyone else stood up to the plate, got us 3 points. And you know, textbook, absolutely textbook result. Ollie could not have wanted anything more from that game. Angel Agaya says he wasn't the best, but his first touch gave us great good possession. Okay. Thanks for the contribution. We have 3 points and we move forward and never look behind now, says Kenneth Ratnam. That's the thing. We now never look back. We've now got 4th. We never drop. We never let that go. We should grab it, hold it, and never let it go. 4th place. That's our ceiling this season. You know, people will laugh at us and go, oh, look at United fans celebrating 4th. Well, yeah, of course we want to be higher than that. But when 4th is your ceiling, you got to go for it, haven't you? And that we're not going to get 3rd. I think Spurs have got that nailed down. We're certainly not in a title challenge. It's too far away. So 4th is basically our first. And to get it from where we were is great. We should hold on to it, grab it, and never let it go. Never let it go again. It was absolutely fantastic to do what we've done. It's the bigger picture for me, and that's what I'm looking forward to from the fan cams. Flex is interviewing the fans now. The fan cams will be coming in the next while. You know, maybe Arsenal might drop some points at Huddersfield. I don't think they will, but if they did, that would be a boost. Chelsea, Man City tomorrow. That's going to be very interesting. I'm off down London to go on the kickoff with the True Geordie to watch that. So that's going to be an interesting game. I hope Man City get the result, but a massive performance from Manchester United today. Dylan Pughley says, I think we need to bring in a right winger, let Delo be our starting right back and bring Mason Greenwood in as a squad second striker. There's a very good point. You know, at what point do you start bringing Mason Greenwood in? You know, at what point does Lukaku just get kicked out? Poor, you know, he's been poor off the bench the last few games. He's been poor when he started against Burnley and Fulham. And it's Burnley and Fulham as well. You know, if he's not performing against Fulham, could you trust him against Chelsea in the Cup? I don't think so. I think it's time to give Greenwood a chance. Thanks everyone for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're nearly at 370,000 subscribers. So if you've not subscribed, bottom right hand corner, please do. And the fan cams are incoming. So thanks everyone. Everyone else has got to play. Saturday lunchtime. Done and dusted in London. We do well in London. And thanks everyone for watching. Thumbs up. Speak to you soon.